How are we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. Now, on today's show, we're going to be talking about last night's Premier League games. There was Fulham, Aston Villa, and of course, Liverpool, Arsenal. And the last piece of news, Roy Keane was speaking on Sky Sports, and he has named the players that are not good enough to play for Arsenal.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So the first place we're going to start is last night's Premier League games. And the first one there was Fulham against Aston Villa. And Fulham, they're in a lot of trouble. And if they're not careful, they're going to be back into the Championship very, very quickly. Now, their owners actually come out on social media and apologise to the Fulham fans. And he's made it very clear that he's been trying to recruit new defenders for Scott Parker, and he's also said that a couple of those signings have not happened because of COVID and various other reasons. But it's really nice to see that an owner can come out and be so blunt and be so open and honest, and at least the fans at Fulham know where they stand. Can you imagine if Stan Kroenke actually came out and spoke to the Arsenal fans and actually explained what was going on? I don't think Stan Kroenke would probably know when Arsenal play. But that's a completely different subject for a completely different day. Jack Grealish got the opening goal inside 5 minutes. And Aston Villa, I thought they played well, to be quite honest with you. And going in at half-time, 2-0 up. It's always that kind of scoreline where you think to yourself, it's actually dangerous. If Fulham get back into the game by scoring, then the momentum could shift. But Tyrone Mings, within the first 3 minutes of the second half, answered that by making the score 3-0. Some doubts as to whether it may be offside, but it wasn't. And then Emi Martinez, he's getting a lot of praise, and rightly so. But VAR actually saved his blushes because Fulham did score, and it was an awful error by Emi Martinez. A very, very simple shot, and he spilled it big time. Fulham scored, thought they got themselves a little lifeline, but VAR ruled it out. Now, it wasn't ruled out because of offside. It was ruled out by a foul from Mitrovic in the box. Very, very harsh when you look at it. But I suppose it is what it is. I suppose he did kind of brush the player. Should we say? It seems a little bit harsh. But yeah, like I say, it is what it is. And I don't think Fulham would have got anything out of the game anyway. I think that they wouldn't have, turned that one around. But yeah, like I was saying, Emi Martinez, his blushes were spared. Because that was not a very, very good save, to say the least. But Aston Villa, they get the victory, and that's what they will be happy about. Now, next game, of course, was a big one for the Monday Night Football, and that was Liverpool against Arsenal. And it finished Liverpool 3-1 winners. Now, plenty of talking points in this game. And a lot of people who have seen my AFTV interview, or well, should I say not seen my AFTV interview, they've read a title or seen a little clip and my comments about the referee, but clearly didn't actually watch the video, because if they did, they would have seen that in that I very clearly said that Liverpool were the better side. Liverpool deserved to win the game, but that doesn't mean that I can't be upset or angry with some of the refereeing decisions in the game. Do I think it would have had a bearing on the game? Probably. When you think about the real big one, inside 3 minutes, Sadio Mane, who I rate so much, should have got a straight red card. It's as simple as that. It was a red card offence. All right? He's gone in like this, forearm, his fist clenched, straight into Kieran Tierney's face. Watch the other angle from front ways on. And you can see his face. He's going in on Tierney. That's not a coming together. He's leaned into him, used his forearm, and bang. That is a red card. He got a yellow. On what planet is that a yellow? It's a red card. End of story. I don't care what anybody says. I've even had Liverpool fans who were honest enough to say, that's a red. They got very lucky. The whole complexion of that game would have been different if that would have actually been a red card. Liverpool would have had to play with 10 men for 87 minutes of the game. 87 minutes. So you wonder why I'm pissed off. Because refereeing decisions have impacted what's gone on the field. Now, this is not a VAR problem. This is not about technology. This is about the incompetence of the referees. And my issue is that you will never have VAR working because it's run by clowns. You are asking the people that cannot do their job properly to try and do their job properly. And they still can't with modern technology. You wonder why. So, like I said, Liverpool, they deserve the win. After that incident and everything else, they were exceptional. The way they played, passed, moved and everything, brilliant. We took the lead. Our biggest issue is that we never settled on that lead. Within 9 minutes, we'd gone from 1-0 up to 2-1 down. Poor, sloppy, just awful goals to concede. No excusing it in any way, shape or form. Second half was so much better from Arsenal. The way we played, the way we pressed, the way we moved. And then a real big chance in the game. Lacazette, one-on-one. Pull it in the net. Straight at Alisson. That goes in again. The whole complexion of the game changes. Then we go to Liverpool's winning goal, which was the 89th minute. I say winning goal, but it was the goal that effectively killed the game, should we say, because it was the third one from Jota. Now, I've seen the images as well. It's handball. It didn't even go to VAR. Have you seen some of the handball incidents this week? You know, the Eric Dyer one and everything else. And you're not giving that. Seriously, I'm bored of it. I'm honestly bored of talking about referees and VAR and all the rest of that crap. Because that's what it is. It's crap. Arsenal lose. Liverpool march on. I can definitely see signs in the structure. But Mikel Arteta needs backing in the window and there's a week left. I can't say no more. Last piece of news involves Roy Keane. And he was a pundit for Sky Sports. And a lot of what Roy Keane says, I agree with. Not just in terms of Arsenal, I mean in general. A lot of what he says about all football clubs, I actually agree with. And I think that he's very open and very honest. But he has said that Mikel Arteta has his hands tied and big problems at the club, which he's not ultimately going to be able to deal with right now. And some of the names that were mentioned, I'm sorry. Alright, listen. He said David Luiz, Rob Holding and Kieran Tierney are not good enough for Arsenal. Now, David Luiz, I can get an argument for that. Despite his experience, there's the mistakes that he makes, and that header for the third goal kind of, backs that claim. So I get that. Rob Holding, I get that. A couple of weeks ago, he was on out the door to Newcastle. So I get that. But Kieran Tierney, are you actually taking the piss? Seriously, Roy? No. Have you not watched Kieran Tierney since he's been back from his injury last season? He's been one of our best players. He's exceptional. And you're trying to sit there and say he's not good enough. Shut up. Seriously, man. Absolute joke of an opinion. Honest to God. Where on earth did he find that opinion from? Seriously, no wonder Jurgen Klopp went and destroyed him in the post-match, interview that they do and everything else. Really stuck it on Roy Keane. And Roy was there like, listen, don't even get me started, man. I can agree to an extent with the other two, most definitely. But Kieran Tierney, get in the bin. What an absolute crap opinion that is. So there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about today's topics. In the next couple of hours or so, there will be a player ratings for yesterday's game. And I'll speak a little bit more in depth about that performance and what I feel. It's a tough one to take in many respects, but we're also on a different pathway to Liverpool. They're 5 years into their development and what they're doing, and we're just starting and we're trying to get to where they are. So we need to remember that as well. But yeah, keep an eye out for the player ratings because it's going to be an interesting one. And there's a few players that I'm not happy with and their overall performance, but it is what it is. So if you're new around here, do make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video. And I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.